All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, and that is who the world ignorantly calls God, Bahashim, which means in the name, Yahweh Shai, which means He is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man who, by the way, only came for the Israelites. All right? And speaking on the Israelites, we have this lesson that's going to be titled The Lifestyle of the Wicked and the Unrighteous, okay? Because we have this TikTok page that goes by the name of Class of Palm Beach, and it's a collection of well-to-do, predominantly Edomites, but a few Jake is scattered in between, and they are very affluent, and they're very, in this society, powerful, okay? And we're going to let this right here play, and we may scroll through these archives and see if we can get some more of the lifestyle of the wicked and unrighteous, and we're going to find out why, all right? But spoiler alert, just in case you didn't know, they got their wealth, their riches by deceit, okay? And I said speaking on the Israelites because why? Jake, meaning you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you see this lifestyle and you clamor after it, not knowing what they had to do to obtain this. See? And Jake wants to integrate themselves into this lifestyle because why? They feel like this is a social class status. Okay? I get to rub shoulders with Mr. Alice or Olivia, and they have these, magnificent mansion houses, and they got these jewelry and all that stuff. But little do you know, behind closed doors, and not even behind closed doors, but sometimes out in the open, they do all type of abominable, wicked things contrary to what the word says, okay? So, enough of us speaking. Let's just let it play. Let's just hear some of their banter and just, they're supposed to be living it up because why? They're in their kingdom. So let's just, see how they feel. Lifestyle of the wicked and unrighteous.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what you're wearing?
Alice and Olivia.
This is beautiful. How about your shoes? Tory Burch?
Tory Burch.
These are Tory
From
Burch.
the Breakers.
These are amazing.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your accessories?
Mostly Apolloda.
Apolloda. Which ones are Apolloda?
Apolloda here.
Now this is real money right here, okay? Because you got Jake, he got a little page similar like this where he go up and ask people how much your fit wearing. And they tell him, I paid $250 for the hat, $300 for the chain, $200 for the pants, $20 for the kicks, and he say, how much your watch costs, okay? Well, this is real flexing right here, all right? This is that old money, okay? This ain't that new money you looking at. This that old money. And back in the days, they was giving this money passed down from generation to generation, from plantation to plantation, so on and so forth. So what we seeing right here is Palm Beach, which is an affluent city in Florida, where a lot of wealthy and well-to-do people reside at, all right? So this is what you call wealth right here, all right? But as the lesson is going to unfold, one of the precepts that we're going to get is envy not the oppressor, see? Because why? Their time is but for a minute, a moment, all right? What we talking about is eternal rulership and righteousness, all right? So this is the lifestyle of the wicked and the unrighteous because why? The Lord gave him the earth for the time being, okay? But let's just let it continue to play. And like I said, we may go through the archive and pick up some more and see how they living and stuff like that. But as it goes right now, she's giving you a breakdown of what she's wearing, all right?
Yerman and Judith Ripka.
How about these amazing
Paula.
rings? And this one?
Italian designer.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
And how about your earrings and necklace?
They're from Provident Jewelers.
Very cool. And your sunglasses?
Chanel.
Chanel. And
you think?
I'm going to bother you about your bag. You have so many amazing details going on.
Oh gosh. Stott.
Stop.
Yes.
How about you, sir? What are you wearing?
All custom.
All custom.
Can't get it anywhere else.
I mean, you know these people drinking adrenochrome and all type of stuff to try to prolong their life, man. See? Because that's one thing they want that they can't achieve. They want that immortality. All right? See, but that's only promised to the Israelites. All right? That's why envy not the oppressor, because with all their money and their technology, they can't find out how to what? Extend their life to become immortals, because this is what it's all about for them. With all that money they got, with all that wealth, they can't extend their life because why? The Lord has set their bounds that they can't exceed, man. See, immortality is only for the Israelites, okay? So yeah, as it says, I was envious of the wicked, you know, but hey, when you see what they got to go through, you don't really got to be envious of them, because why? They're not going to get the kingdom, okay? The world to come ain't promised for them, all right? So yeah, they going to shine in their little, brief moment that the Lord gave them to, all right? Because why? He put them in that position for a particular reason. Speaking of the Edomites, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, because why? He has an agenda for Esau to bring forth the mark of the beast, okay? So this is what they do, all right? This is how they get down, man, okay? Just look at this, presumably Edomite, because who knows, he might be a Jake, but nevertheless, this is their time to rule, all right? And don't envy it. Don't be envious of it, all right? Because the shit that go on behind closed doors, if you knew, you wouldn't want to be part of that society, all right? But see, Jake wants to integrate themselves into this because why? They feel like this is where it's at. This is how I show my social class, my social status, should I say, all right? But no, don't envy none of this, okay?
What about your shoes?
Custom.
Custom.
All custom.
Give us a hint. Custom from where?
Italy.
Italy.
Yep.
And one last.
Italy, from Italy, okay? See, Jake got a little YouTube or TikTok page where he go to people and they say, I got $200 shoot. No, these people get their stuff from the country itself, Italy. All right, they got tailors and everything, man. But this is their time to shine, So it is what it is. But it's almost over with. That's the good thing, okay? It's almost over.
What's your favorite scent or cologne? How about you? Do you have one?
I do, from Bergdorf, one of their signature lines from Bergdorf Goodman.
Any hint? Can you a specific one?
Rohan.
Rohan. That's it. Yes,
That's
Rohan.
it. Thank you so much. That's it.
I mean, that's the hardest thing you got to remember is what type of cologne you got on. Just think about, they might have an easy life, but it's almost over with. It's almost our time, man. See, we gonna really show you how to shine when we rule in righteousness, man. Okay, that's why we can't wait for a righteous kingdom. Okay, so let's see if we can look up some more. All right, this is for the most part, all you see are Edomites, man. Let's see if we can pick up another one. They gotta have their dogs, man. Let's see how they feel about their dogs, cause their dogs eating filet mignon, man.
My diva, come here.
Now this might be a Moabite, but all the nations had a hand in our downfall, man. So that's why they all gonna go into slavery, all right? But no more than Esau, man. He's really gonna get it. So let's look at this, what looks to be a Moabite, so-called Chinese woman.
Okay. I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what you're wearing?
Yes, so I'm wearing Zimmerman dress, Hermes bag, Dior, and Hermes shoes. Well, my dog chewed on it, but it's matching.
I love it.
Thank you, love.
Can you tell us a little bit about your jewelry?
Yes, so I'm wearing Dior Rose Van Cleef bracelet, and I'm wearing a Patek watch.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And how about your sunglasses and
Oh,
earrings?
Dior, and this is Graf.
Hey man, and all these other nations, man, that came here, they you know, they making money hand over fist off of Jake, man. See? This is a country that was built on the back of what? Israelites. Just like in ancient Egypt, man. The Egyptians had a thriving society and known for wealth because why? They had the Israelites in slavery, man. See, anywhere the Israelites are in slavery, that land, that country is going to thrive. And America is no different. America is spiritual Egypt, man. All right? Built on the back of who? Israelites. The so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. And their children is reaping the benefits, man. So they quick to tell you, that wasn't me, that was my ancestors. No, that's you, because you are your forefathers coming back every third and fourth generation. So this is why you here now, this close to the end, to get your due reward, to get your recompense, all right? Because no one gets away from Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, especially when you don't touch the apple of his eye, man. So live it up. Esau, Moab, Elam, you name it. All these motherfuckers was Confederate, pursuing the Psalms 83 from cutting us off from being a nation. All right, so they all gonna take their ass into slavery, you know. Excuse the French, man, but hey, I just had to let it go. So let's just listen to a little bit more of Moab.
And Van Cleef necklace.
I love the whole outfit on you.
Thank you so much.
And one last thing.
Yes.
What's your favorite perfume?
I think Byredo. It's called Rose by No Man's Land.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's see if we got a little Edomite family, you know, getting their future generations prepped and ready for, you know, transferring that wealth, or what they believe to be transferring that wealth. But see, Yahweh Shai is going to show up and throw everything off. All they plans they think they have, when Yahweh Shai shows up, you can scratch that. All right, all they ass is going into slavery, man. All right, and those that perish here in America due to the thermonuclear fire, they're going to come back in their counterparts elsewhere throughout the earth that didn't get destroyed. All right, so Moabites that ain't in America, that's how the Moabites in America that's going to get destroyed is going to come back. The same with the Edomites, the same with the Hamites, the Elamites, and every other country outside of the Israelites. All right, so let's see. I know I saw one what looks to be like, you know, a family, you know, and hey, it is what it is, okay? Let them enjoy their time, man. But we don't got nothing to be envious about, you know, because it's part of prophecy. See? See if I can find one. Here we go.
I love your outfit. Can you tell us what you're wearing?
Alice and Olivia.
This is so beautiful. How about your shoes? Louboutin. This outfit is like the perfect Palm Beach outfit.
Oh, thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your accessories?
Oh, God.
No accessories. Well, one last thing. What's your favorite perfume?
Tom Ford.
Tom Ford. What's your favorite perfume?
I don't even know.
Well, you're the most adorable twins ever.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love your outfit.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what you're wearing?
Believe it or not, it's Morning's collection for Uniqlo.
I love this. How about your shoes?
My shoes, I don't even remember.
Well, this whole outfit is so perfect.
Thank you.
Especially with your puppy.
The puppy's my best accessory.
Yeah, well, how about your accessories? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
This is a gold necklace I bought in Italy.
Okay.
Once again, you got money going to Italy. You know, they going overseas to get their stuff, man. While Jake paying for shit here in the States, they going overseas to collect jewelry and shoes and cologne and things of that magnitude, man. All right, because this is that old money going back to plantations and wealth being passed down from generation to generation. Okay, they ain't worried about this new money, man. I mean, they probably got their hand in it too, but for the most part, their wealth is passed down from generation to generation. All right, that's what Palm Beach is pretty much all about.
Beautiful. And how about your sunglasses?
Chanel.
Chanel. And one last thing, what's your favorite perfume?
My favorite perfume is Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle.
I love that one. Well, you look so amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And they'll never be able to obtain that immortality no matter how hard they try. Because why? It's only for the Israelites.
I love your outfits.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what you're wearing?
Sure, this is a linen dress that I bought in Mexico. It's handcrafted. Miu Miu sandals with a matching Miu Miu bag.
I mean, you get the point.
Love your outfit. Can you tell us?
And they'll give it all up for you. They will give it everything they got up to be immortals, okay? But they'll never be it. And that's the beautiful thing, man. They'll never be immortals, man.
What you're wearing?
I have a Tory Burch pocketbook.
Can you show us a Tory Burch pocketbook?
Oh.
How about your beautiful jewelry? You're so magnificent.
I mean, she looked like she old enough to go back to the days when, you know, Jake was working out there in the fields, man. You know? And, hey, you know, it wasn't no easy task, man. We gonna just put it like that.
I noticed you when I walked in.
Oh, thank you. They were presents from my husband.
Oh, beautiful. Can you show us the details? Look at these beautiful antiques. How about your earrings?
I don't know. They're old earrings, yes, but I don't, you know.
They're gorgeous.
We worked so well, they say.
Every year he gave me one of them.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And that's just 12 and a half carats.
Stunning. And just a beautiful, simple outfit.
Very simple.
Yes, well, you don't need more. You're magnificent. Shines right through.
Oh, thank you.
Very kind.
And one last thing. What's your favorite fragrance?
Carolina Herrera.
Carolina Herrera.
I wear it all the time.
Beautiful. Any specific one of hers?
Gracious, I don't know which one it is. But I've worn the same one of hers for 30 years.
How do you like that one?
I don't know. People ask me about it. They say, what are you wearing? So I figure it's doing something.
Smell like money, walk like money, must be money, man. Well, yeah, you see it, man. This is another level of money, okay? This that exclusive. You just can't come in here. I mean, you got your celebrities, you know, you got your token so-called black man. You got Tyson, you know, but this is an invite only, man. Okay, you come out of town and you come through Palm Beach and they know you ain't supposed to be there. You see how far you get without being stopped and pulled over. All right, especially around these type of people. I mean, come on, man. It's a tight-knit community. All right, you better not just be driving through there just to say you driving through there. You better have a purpose, a reason, and know somebody or have some business going on in there. I mean, look at these cars.
Love your car.
Thank you.
Can I get in?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna open up the door for me? Thank you, sir. This is such a treat.
Lifestyle of the wicked and unrighteous.
That's me.
You do this? I see your posts all the time. They're fabulous.
Tell us what you're wearing.
So I am wearing a smile.
Yes.
I'm wearing a smile, and I start every day wearing a smile. But I'm also wearing this really fun
And that comes from the lifestyle of the, what was that with Ed McMahon? Lifestyle of the rich and famous. We'll probably get one more, then we'll get a few precepts. Man, you got a little family right there.
Love your outfit. Tell us what you're wearing. Sorry? I love your outfit.
So yeah, that's the class of Palm Beach. All right. Let's get a few precepts. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. It reads, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." See? So Jake quick to just think just because, Esau is living good, on the outside, that everything is copacetic from within side. All right? From within. All right? And that couldn't be farthest from the truth. All right? You don't know how these damn devils are living and what they doing to try to obtain immortality. All right? You just see what you see on the outside and think to yourself, that looks nice. They living nice. They got jewelry. I want some of that. See? And in the midst of doing that, what happens? Jake goes off. He sins against his power. All right? He doesn't want to acknowledge his power because why? He has to be held accountable. See, Jake don't want to be held accountable for nothing. All right? He wants to choose the ways of the oppressor. So this is why this word keeps us on that what? Straight and narrow path. All right? So that we don't deviate and upset and displease our power, Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. See? Because their rulership is only for a moment. All right? Ours is for ever. So it says, Proverbs 3 and 31, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways," even if it seems like he's on top, that he's thriving. Choose none of his ways, because why? There is a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end is what? Death. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 2, and is it 33? It says, Jeremiah 2 and 33, "Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?" See, Jake is willing to do everything and anything to seek that love, to get that confirmation from Esau. You made it. You made it. Here's your prize token, nigga. Okay, here. We're gonna give you the keys to the clubhouse. All right. We're gonna give you, whatever else. Okay. And in the midst of it, you had to trim your ways to what? Seek love from who? Your oppressor. All right. See, but that's why the elect, they can't be compromised. All right. We're not going to get along. We're not going to do anything just to get along. If it's anything that's contrary to what the word says, we're not doing it, especially when it comes down to taking that charagma, that RFID microchip. See, because that's what it's going to come down to when your job on the line. See, when the oppressor is pressing you to take it. Come on, man. We go out and drink every weekend. We go to the club, the yachts. You come on a yacht with us. See, all that pressure gonna mount up, and Jake gonna be like, you right, Tim. You right, Mark. Y'all did show me love, man. Y'all took me out on y'all yachts, you know. Y'all allowed me to come to the clubhouse and everything else. But they ain't give you a yacht. They ain't let you, you know, have a seat in the clubhouse because why? You was that token nigger or spick or Native American that they just needed to have around, all right, for their amusement, okay? So it says, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. See? And then you go back and then you tell your friends, you know, your mom, your dad, you know, and they like, oh yeah, you know what? You made it, boy. I'm so proud of you. See? The next thing you know, they being wicked. Okay? So that's why don't envy Esau or the other nations, man, because none of them has that right to immortality, and that's what they all want. At the end of the day, they'll give up anything and everything they got to obtain immortality, and they'll never obtain it. Because why? That's only promised to the Israelites. All right? So it says, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. See? So, hey, this is almost over, man. See? You got to understand prophecy and understand that this devil was only given this, all right? Just for a brief moment, all right? Just long enough for us to see, recognize, the elect to repent, turn back to the power, and get right before the Savior returns, okay? That's why it says, Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. That's how the lifestyle of the wicked and unrighteous came to. All right, they got their wealth by what? Deceit. And what else? It says injuries. It says what else? Unrighteous dealings, man. That's that old money passed down off of what? The backs of the Israelites, man. You think Esau was going to get out there in the fields and pick that cotton? You better pick that cotton, boy. You think Esau was going to, you know, work in the house and keep it clean? No, man. Because why? We were given over to them for a spoil. All right? Because why? We disobeyed our power. All right? So he allowed these other nations, these heathen nations, to reign over us. And we became the tail and not the head. See? But now the curses are transferred from us over to them. And, you know, the elect is seeing what it feels like to become that ruler, that ruling class, and have that mentality and start to see what it feels like to be the head through the what? The word. This word is putting us back into our proper position, man. See, we're preparing for when our Lord and Savior Yahushua returns. So it says, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings. This is how they got everything, man. Don't envy that, see? If Jake knew that this is just temporarily, he wouldn't have to sell out. He wouldn't have to trim his ways. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. See? And eventually, Esau is the end. All right? We in the last rulership, the last kingdom, man. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the world. A age, a era, a eon. It says Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is what? Let's get it. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. See? Don't envy the oppressor, because why? They got a time and they can't exceed that. And we're in that time that they're getting ready to be taken out. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, an age, an era. And Jacob, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, is the beginning of it that followeth. That's the immortality. All right? Never to sin, never to die, never to go off ever again. And that's what these devils want. They want that immortality, see? They'll trade it all, okay, to live forever, okay? They got to wear shit like that to make them feel good, man. to look in the mirror and see they're aging badly, you know, and to think back on how they had it back in the 40s and 30s and 60s, and now it's coming to an end, man. Okay? And they can't escape judgment, all right? Because if they pass before Yahushua returns, guess what? They just gonna be brought back into the kingdom through one of their counterparts elsewhere throughout the earth or world. Okay? So envy not the oppressor. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We got next. The saints about to take the kingdom, man, when Yahushua returns. So let's read that again in Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8. It says, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, this is how they came into power. Injuries and riches got by deceit. See? And you would tell them, man, most of those wicked and unrighteous individuals that live in that lifestyle, hey, ask them, do they believe in Jesus? They do. You tell them that Jesus is a so-called black man, they don't want to hear it. See, they'll tell you that they believe in Jesus because why? They can relate to it because why? The image is in their likeness. Okay? Because why? Esau is in rulership. Okay? So of course they're gonna want a savior that emulates them, that looks like them. Okay? They're not gonna accept a so-called black man, but guess what? They ain't gonna have no choice. See? They ain't gonna have no choice. All right? So it says Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And we getting ready to get our kingdom back. We getting ready to take back the earth, man. All right? So don't be envious of these people, man, because they not gonna be ruling for much longer. This is Psalms 73 and 3. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. See? So don't be envious, man, because it's just temporarily. The lifestyle of the wicked and unrighteous, all right, is coming to a halt, coming to an end. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. And this is the upper tier echelon of the wicked. All right, those that you won't see. All right, now we've seen the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, but there's ones that you won't see, that won't come on camera. All right, that's hooked up to IVs, trying to prolong their life, believing that there's going to be a breakthrough, and somehow when they make this microchip mandatory, that they're going to take Jake and switch their spirit or their chip from their mind into Jake's mind. And they going this is the damn thoughts of Esau, man. That's why it says in Matthew 24 and 22, if the days were not shortened, there would be no flesh saved, man. You got these elites that you will never see that are hooked up on life support. They done went to cryo freezing to freeze their, sperm or whatever, that they believe they're going to prolong or, somehow regenerate themselves and come back when a breakthrough is here. See? But that's the Lord putting them in the trick bag, man. All right? Because he's going to use them to have that, short time to themselves to think that it's coming to an end to make this microchip move even faster. See? That's what we seeing, but we can't see it in the opening, but we have an insight through what? This word. That it says what? Revelation 12 and 12. He knows he has but a short time. So he's about to come down with great wrath. See? He's trying to get this microchip up and moving because he thinks through that he's going to be able to achieve immortality. All right? But see, that's the deception, the trick, the strong delusion that the Lord put on him to do what? To do his will. All right? See, the Lord cold with it, man. Okay? The Lord cold with it. All right? Because Esau got to come with it because why? He knows he has but a short time, and he wants to achieve that immortality. And he know that microchip is part of his immortality or his attempt at it. All right, because he can do what? He can transfer memories from one bank to another. All right, and he can just put it inside Jake's body, man. All right, which is why they're gonna chop off your head when it says Revelation 20 and 4. I saw those that were beheaded for the witness of who? Yahweh Shai. See, they want your body as intact as much as possible. All right, because why? These wicked and unrighteous individuals, they got all type of bad intentions, man. All right, but that's why it says, don't fear him that can kill the body. Rather fear him that can kill what? Both body and soul in torment and hell. And that's who? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. So don't envy these dirt bags, man. Okay? These low lives, man. All right, because why? It's only temporarily. So let's read that again. This is Psalm 73 and verse 3. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. See, and they really want that chip to move expeditiously so they can get this immortality, or their attempt at it, you know, and live forever. All right. So they gonna be on ice for a while, man. All right, because why? They ain't gonna never achieve it. All right. So envy not the oppressor. All right. So the lifestyle of the wicked and unrighteous. All right. Let's go ahead and close out with 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant. See, understand that this is all temporarily, man. They're not going to reign forever. The Lord is not unrighteous to forget your labor of work that you show to the saints, man. Which is why he's bringing things to an end, okay? And these damn devils, they can't escape judgment. They going into slavery, okay? Whether you like it or not. So it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. See? And that's what it comes down to, man. All right? Don't trim your way for this devil to just turn around and to devour you, man. Because he going to make it to you thinking you achieving all this status in his social class, and you going to obtain it just by what? Rubbing shoulders with them? No, you're going to have to take that chip, man. See? And when you take it, that's going to be the Lord giving this devil the green light to take your ass out, man. And if he don't, the missiles will. So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right? So with that being said, pray some moments edified through this lesson, and until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.